Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's easy level puzzle. And take that easiness with a grain of salt because it's considered easy by the people on the Logic Masters Germany forum, and there's a lot of really smart people there. Today's puzzle is called Kropki Madness by Artham. And here are the rules. We have normal Sudoku rules apply, which means in every cell in the grid, place a single digit such that every row, column, and designated 9-cell region contains the digits 1 through 9 exactly once each. We have pairs of orthogonally connected cells that are in different regions contain consecutive digits. And what does that mean to be orthogonally connected? It just means sharing an edge. So every pair of cells that share an edge and are in different regions contain consecutive digits. So basically the box borders act as a white Kropki dot between all digits that share an edge and are in different regions. I don't know why we have another white Kropki dot here. Isn't that guaranteed? I don't know. Digits cycle over. So 9 and 1 are considered consecutive. Oh, that's interesting. So that means 9 is consecutive with 8 and 1. 1 is consecutive with 2 and 9. And the first and last cells of each row and column are considered orthogonally connected. So that means you also have these are considered orthogonally connected. These are considered orthogonally connected. So are these two. Okay. So it shares an edge or it wraps around like a cylinder. Cylinder. Interesting. Cells separated by a black dot orthogonally or diagonally contain digits with a ratio of 1 to 2. Cells separated by a white dot orthogonally and diagonally contain consecutive digits. Not all black or white dots are given. So I'm not sure why this has a white dot. That's already guaranteed by the rule set, right? So say this was a 6 here. That means this digit would have to be 5 or 7 because they are orthogonally connected, or share an edge, and they are in different regions. This would also have to be a 5 or 7 because those are, by definition in this puzzle, orthogonally connected. And it works the same for white Kropki dots. So actually, let's use this. If this were 6, this would have to be a 5 or 7 here because diagonally connected, they are diagonally connected by a white dot. So they must be consecutive this way. If this were, say, a 2, this would have to be a 1 or 4 because these cells are diagonally connected by a black Kropki dot. And we need a 1 or 4 here to maintain the 1 to 2 ratio between the 2 and this digit. Interesting. And those are examples of how white and black Kropki dots, particularly also in the diagonals, work. Interesting. And remember, 1 is consecutive with 2 and 9, and 9 is consecutive. So we have wrapping around going on the edges of the grid. So they are considered wrapped around and orthogonally connected. And you have wrapping around going from the 1 and the 9. 9 is consecutive with 8 and 1, and 1 is consecutive with 2 and 9. Anyways, those are all the rules. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. Actually, it probably should be called like Wrapping Madness or something like that, but anyways, I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay. So 1 to 2 ratios still haven't changed. So these have to be consecutive, and they must have a 1 to 2 ratio. The only possibility of that is 1 and 2 here. If this is 2, this must be consecutive with 1 or 3. If this is 2, this is consecutive with 1 or 3. If this is 1, it's consecutive with 2 or 9. If this is 1, it's consecutive with 2 or 9. Well, 1 and 2 cannot be here because of the 1-2 pair in the column. So this is 3 or 9. So if this is 1, this has to be 9 here. If this is 2, this has to be 3 here. But if this is 2 and 3, that's not going to work in this box because we have 2 pairs of digits which are in a 1 to 2 ratio. The wrapping around doesn't change that aspect. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 8. But without 2 and 3, that just gives you 4 and 8 as a pair, and 1 and 6 is not going to be in a 1 to 2 ratio. So this cannot be 2 and 3. This has to then be 1 and 9. To be consecutive, this is 2 next to 1 or 3 here to be consecutive. So we are guaranteed one of these is a 3-6 pair. 9's only consecutive now with 8. So this must be 3, 6, and 2, 4 here as a pair. 2, 3, 4, and 6 to be as a 1 to 2 ratio in this box because we don't have 1, we don't have 8 anymore. 8's consecutive only with 7 out of 5 or 7. So this is 7, this is 5. 5 is consecutive with 4 or 6 here. So this 5, this 7's consecutive with 6 or 8. This cannot be 8 here. So that's 6. 1 is consecutive. This is 2 consecutive with 1 or 3 this way. 1's consecutive with 2 or 9 that way. If this is 6, this would have to be 4. Sorry, 3. If this is 4, this would have to be 2 that way. 9 is consecutive with 1 or 8. 5 is consecutive with 4, 6, 4, 6. 8's consecutive with 7, 9. 7's consecutive with 6 or 8. 6 is consecutive with 5 or 7. 6 is consecutive with 5 or 7. Say if this was 2, this would have to be 1 or 3 to be consecutive with it. If this is 3, that's 2 or 4. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. This cannot be a 2 here because of 2 in the box. Two is consecutive with 1 or 3. 3 is consecutive with 2 or 4. 4 is consecutive with 3 or 5. 6 is consecutive with 5 or 7. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. No 2 here. This is consecutive with this digit. Okay, this 6 eliminates 6 here, so this is 4. Remaining digits in row 8. Sorry, row 4. I don't know why I said row 8. Are 1, 2, 3, and 9. Okay. 9 is not going to be consecutive with any of these digits. So this cannot be 9. It says 1, 2, or 3. 4 is consecutive only with 3 or 5. 1, 2, 3 is consecutive only with 1, 2, 3, or 4. So that's consecutive. Oh, could be 9 also. But this can't be 9 because of 9 in the row. This can't be 1 because of 1 in the row. So if this is 2, this is guaranteed to be a 3 here. Right? Because 2 is only consecutive with 1 or 3. And this can't be 1. So we're guaranteed one of these two is a 3. Right? If this is 2, it's only consecutive with 3 here because it can't be 1 there. So that's 3. Otherwise, this is 3, obviously. So either way, this cannot be a 3. Which means in box 5, 3 has to be one of these two cells here. Which means this can't be 3 here. Also, since 3 is one of these two must be a 6. So this cannot be 6 here. Hmm. What's consecutive with 1, 2, 3, or 9? 1, 2, 3 can be consecutive with 1 through 4, and 9. 9 can be consecutive with 8 or 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, and 9 remaining to be consecutive with these digits. Where is... Remaining digits in column 6. We have 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. This digit cannot be 1 because 1's only consecutive with 2 or 9. This can't be 2 or 9. So 3 could be consecutive with 4. 4 can be consecutive with 3. 5 can be consecutive with 4. 6, 7 can be consecutive with 6 or 8. This can't be 7 then. Okay. 2, 3, and 4 are consecutive with 1 through 5. No 2 here. These have to be consecutive also. So it's either 3, 4, 6, 7, or 7, 8. What does that mean? Oh. These two cells must be consecutive. What does that mean? I don't know. Okay. Huh. If this is 3, this is 6, obviously. This is 4 and 2. So 3 would be consecutive. If this is 3, which means this is 2 or 4. Interesting. Okay. So if this is 3, this has to be 6. This is 2 and 4. Therefore, to have this be 2 or 4, this would have to be 3. 6, that would be 4, so this could never be 4. This is 1, 2, or 3 then. To be consecutive with these two, then, one of these is a 2. It's either 1, 2, or 2, 3, which eliminates 2 in the rest of the box. So this is 3 or 4. if this is 1, if this is 9, it could be with 1 or 9 here. So if 9, it could be 1 or 8. 1, it's 2 or 9. And 3, it's 2 or 4. Okay, if it's 1 here, this is 2 or 9. 2, it's 1 or 3. And 3, it's 2 or 4. Okay, so that's still the same. If this were 2, then this would be 4, which would force this to be 3, but then this 2 would force that to be 3, so this cannot be 2. Therefore, this is 3 or 4. It can't be consecutive with 1. If this is, so this can't be 4 here. So we're guaranteed one of these is 4. One of these has to be a 2 then. So since one of these is 2, this can't be 2. This is 9, which eliminates 9 in the rest of the box. So 9's consecutive only with 1 or 8. And this is only then consecutive with 2, so this has to be 1. Which means this can't be 1, that's 8. 1 eliminates 1 here, so it's 4. 4. Wait, 4. I messed that up. Okay, how did I mess that up? One is only consecutive. Oh, this could be 9. Dang it. So let's try to make this 9. 9, 1, 4, which makes that 3. So that's 6. This can't be 3 or 4. It's 2, 4, which makes this 2. This is 1 or 3, which is not consecutive with 2 here, which would be consecutive with 1 or 3. And we have a contradiction. So then this cannot be 9. This is 2, which means this can't be 2. That's 3 and 6. This can't be 2, so this must be 2 here, 2 and 4 to be in a 1 to 2 ratio. But this can't be 2, 3, or 4. So neither of those work. What's going on? Maybe. This can't be 1. I don't know if this works. 2, 3, 6. This can't be. This has to be 4, right? Which eliminates all possibilities for the cell. So this has to be 9. So that's 9, which is not consecutive with 3. That's only 1 here. This is 8. This can't be 1 here. So this is 3 or 4. Which means this can't be 4. If this were 4, that would force this to be 3. Oh, this could be 9. 9 and 1 are consecutive. Oh, maybe that's the issue. Okay. So this could be 9. 9's consecutive with 1. I forgot about that. This can't be 6. This has to be a 2-3 pair. So that eliminates 3 here. So this is 4. That makes this 3 to be consecutive. This is 3 with 2 and 4. This can't be 3 or 4. This is 3 and 6 to be in 1 to 2 ratio. This is 2 and 4. 4 eliminates 4 here, so that's 2. This must be 1 and 3 to be consecutive here, but 3 can't be consecutive with, this cannot be 2 because of 2 in the box. Therefore, this must be 9 and 1 that are consecutive. So it's 9 and 1, which forces this to be 3. This can't be 3 or 9. Okay, so this is where we ran into problems. So 4 is consecutive with 3 or 5. 9 is consecutive with 1 or 8. 3 is consecutive with 2 or 4. 1 and 2. 1 is consecutive with 2 or 9. And 2 is consecutive with 1 or 3. Okay. 3 or 5. 3 is consecutive with only 2 or 4. So this can't be 3. Therefore, this is 5. 5 is consecutive then with 6 here. This 6 eliminates 6 here, so it's 4. That 4 eliminates 4 here, so it's 2. So neither of these can be 2 here. 6 is 2 is consecutive with 1 or 3. 2 and 4 are both consecutive only with 3. Remaining digits in column 6 are 3, 7, and 8, and these two digits must be consecutive because they are orthogonally connected. So this must be a 7, 8 pair, which eliminates 7 and 8 here, so this is 3. 3 is consecutive with only 2 or 4, but this can't be 4 because of 4 in the column, so that's 2. 6 is consecutive with 5 or 7. 7 and 8 are consecutive with 6, 7, 8, and 9. So there's no 8, 9 here. This is 6 or 7. 6, 7, 8, 9. No 8, 9 here. We have a 6, 7 triplet or pair in column 7, which eliminates 6 and 7 in the rest of the column. This can't be 7. This is 5. This can't be 5. This is 3. That eliminates 3 from being either of these. This becomes a 1, 9 pair in row 3, which eliminates 1 and 9 in the rest of the row. So this can't be 1, that's 8. This can't be 8, that's 6. This can't be 9, that's 7. 7 eliminates 7 here, so it's 5. Okay. Remaining digits in column 3. We have 4, 4, 7, 8, 9. Okay. None of these can be 8. 4, 2 is consecutive only with 1. So this is 1 and this is 9. 1 eliminates 1 here, so it's 2 and 1. 2 and 3 are consecutively connected. 4 is not consecutive with any of the remaining digits in column 3, so this can't be 4. 7 and 9 are consecutive only with 8, so this is 8, which eliminates 8 here. 8's consecutive with only 7 or 9. This can't be 7 because of 7 in the column, so that's 9. 8 eliminates 8 here, so it's 7, which eliminates 7 here, so it's 6, which eliminates 6 here, so it's 7, which makes that 8. 7 eliminates 7 here, so it's 9. No 9 here, no 9 here. Remaining digits in column. Okay, so 9 is consecutive with 1 or 8. 8 can't be here because of 8 in the column, so this must, or 8 in the box, so this must be 1, which means 8 has to be here, which means this has to be 5. 5 is only consecutive with 4 out of 4 and 7, so that's 4. This is 7. We have a 1-3 pair here. This digit cannot be 9. It has to be a 2. So that forces this to be 9 here. Row 1 has to be 3, 4, 5, and 6. This can't be 4 or 5. This is 3 or 6. This has to be a 4 or 5 pair then. Row 2, we have 1, 6, 7, 8. This can't be 8 or 6 because of the 3, 6. And this 3 eliminates 3 here. So this is 6 and 3. 6 is only consecutive with 5 out of 4 and 5. So that's 5, that's 4. We have 1, 7, 6, 8 remaining in row 2. This can't be 1 or 7, so this is 1 or 7. But 1 is not consecutive with 6 or 8 over here, so this must be 7. That's 1 with 6 or 8 here, and 6 or 8 here. 6 is only consecutive with 5 remaining in column 1. So this is 5. 5 in row 9 is consecutive only with 4, so that's 4. So we have 6 consecutive with 5. 6 consecutive with 5. 3 has to be consecutive with 2 or 4, but this can't be 4 because of 4 in the row, so this is 2. So 3 is consecutive with 2. 9 is consecutive with 8. 1 is consecutive with 9. 2 is consecutive with 1 or 3. 8 is consecutive with 7 and 7. 7 is consecutive with 6 and 8. 4 must be consecutive with 1 or 3 here, but it cannot be 1. So this is 3, this is 1, that's 3. Okay. So again, 6 is consecutive with 5 here and 5 here. 3 is consecutive with 2 here. 9 is consecutive with 1 and 8 here. 1 is consecutive with 9 and 9. 2 is consecutive with 1. 8 is consecutive with 7 and 7. 7 is consecutive with 8 and 6. 4 is consecutive with 3. 5 is consecutive with 4. And 6. Remaining digits in... Okay. Remaining digits in row 7 are 6, 7, 8, and 9. This can't be 6 or 7. This is 8 or 9. This can't be 8 or 9. It's 6 or 7, but can't be 7. So this is 6. This can't be 8 because of 8 in the box, so this is 9. 9's only consecutive with 8 out of 7 or 8, so this is 8. This is 7. 8 eliminates 8 here, so it's 6 and 8. We have 1, 2, 4, and 9 remaining. 2 cannot be here, and 2 cannot be in... This is in row 8. Cannot be in the rest of this box. So 2 has to be here. 4 is not consecutive with 1 or 9. And this is... Well, this has to be 9. 9, therefore, is consecutive with 1, which forces this to be 4. 7 is consecutive with 6 or 8. This can't be 8, so this is 6. 8 is consecutive with 7 or 9. This can't be 9, so this must be 7. 7 is consecutive with 6 or 8, so this must be 8. That leaves this as a 4. This has to be 5. That can't be 5. That's 7. 4 is consecutive with 3 or 5. This can't be 5 because of 5 in the column. So this is 3. So let's check. This should be 5 here. 6 is consecutive with 5 and 5. 3 is consecutive with 2. 9 is consecutive with 8 and 1. 1 is consecutive, obviously, with 9 and 9. So we don't have to go to the left. And we don't have to go up. Except in this case. So 6 is consecutive with 5 and 5. 3 is consecutive, so well, let's just go. 3 is consecutive with 2, 9 is consecutive with 8 and 1, 1's consecutive with 9 and 9, 2 is consecutive with 1, 8's consecutive with 7 and 7, 7 is consecutive with 8 and 6, 4 is consecutive with 3, 5 is consecutive with 6 and 4, 6 is consecutive with 7. This doesn't have a digit that shares an edge with, that's not in the same region. 2 is consecutive with 3, 3 is consecutive with 2, 5 is consecutive with 4, 4 is consecutive with 5, and 7 is consecutive with 6. 2 is consecutive with 3 and 1. 8 is consecutive with 9, 5 is consecutive with both 6s. 6 is consecutive with 5 and 7. 7 is consecutive with 8. 4 is consecutive with 3 and 5. 3 is consecutive with 4 and 4. 9 is consecutive with 1. 1 is consecutive with 2 and 2. 2 is consecutive with 1 and 3. 1 is consecutive. These are all counted. Well, we didn't do this way. 4 is consecutive with 5. 7 is consecutive with 6. 4 is consecutive with 3. 1 is consecutive with 2. 9 is consecutive with 8. 8 is consecutive with 7 and 9. 5 is consecutive with 6. 2 is consecutive with 3 and 3. 3 is consecutive with 2 and 4. 4 is consecutive with 5. 1 is consecutive with 2 and 9. 9 is consecutive with 1 and 1. 6 is consecutive with 7. 7 is consecutive with 8 and 8. 8 is consecutive with 9. 1 is consecutive with 2. Oh, we forgot this way. 2 is consecutive with 3. 1 is consecutive with 2, and 4 is consecutive with 3. We already checked up and down this way. 1's consecutive with 9, 7 and 8 are consecutive, 6 and 5 are consecutive. We already checked down here. So 5 and 4 are consecutive, 8 and 9 are consecutive, and 6 and 7 are consecutive. So that must be a 5. Interesting. This wrapping around in both the digits and around the edges makes for an interesting restrictions. Yeah, execution of this is a little bit more difficult. The logic behind this is fairly easy. Execution probably a little harder than easy, but still maybe not doesn't make up for the difficulty of the logic. Anyways, yeah, I guess easy is fine. I would consider, yeah, I guess I would consider this easy. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.